Hundreds of Dunedin cyclists took advantage of a bit of free brekkie this morning before heading into work. Spoke Dunedin was hosting its 6th annual Go by Bike Day breakfast outside the Dunedin railway station. The food and drink is free for anyone arriving by bike, and more than 300 cyclists took up the offer. Spoke Dunedin chairman John Dean says it was another successful event.
We've had a really good turnout. The weather has held up. Now we typically get between 500 to 600 keen cyclists coming to celebrate cycling and getting together. We have all sorts of cyclists, from young kids to commuters working in town to the university and the hospital, all the way from out in Waiteri, Mosgiel and out on the peninsula.
Dean says the recent upgrades to the city's cycling infrastructure, such as the one-way separated cycle lanes, have made cycling much easier, but there was still room for more.
It's an evolution, I guess that's the best way of doing it. I mean, for us, we want more people biking, and you know, one of the ways of doing that is to get better infrastructure. Now, the DCC and the NZTA have obviously been really supportive. It's part of their core mission to build safer streets, and you know, our role is to kind of guide them and push them in the direction that we think works for people getting from A to B.
One new Dunedin resident says he's impressed by the cycle lanes and the other infrastructure installed lately, but says Dunedin motorists still haven't quite come to terms with sharing the road.
Came from Hamilton and they don't have that sort of thing there. But on the other hand, I think the vehicle drivers here have a lot more don't have as much awareness of cyclists, and that might just be because there's not as many cyclists around at the moment.
16-month-old Lottie and her mum Ina Kinski use an e-bike as their main form of transport around Dunedin. And while it may seem risky, Ina says she's as safe on a bike as she would be on any other form of transport.
I think any transport has an amount of risk attached to it. I would never listen to music or not have 100% concentration on the road. You learn to listen to the cars behind you and the cars around you, and a bit of a seventh sense about what's safe and what's not safe.
The city's next major cycle infrastructure project is the multi-million-dollar cycleway linking Dunedin and Mosgiel through the Chain Hills, which has been more than 15 years in the making. In Dunedin, the South Today.